M0FXB, welcome back to the channel. BAOFENG have released the new DM1701, which I will show you shortly. So it just makes sense that now is the perfect time if you're thinking about getting into digital radio to get yourself an MMDVM hotspot. So there's a couple there in the background. On the left we've got your classic MMDVM, but I've chosen one with a silver case just to be different, and it has the yellow and blue OLED screen. And in the middle I've chosen another one that does include a battery, and underneath that they both have Raspberry Pi 2Ws or Raspberry Pi 02Ws. Fast and easy to use, and they use the Pi Star system for setup. And I'll be making videos setting this up completely. So it looks to me you can buy both of these for about £95. The other big plus with the DM1701 is that it will allow you to load the OpenGD77 firmware, which has satellite tracking. So let's have a closer look at the hotspot, and then we'll look at the DM1701. You can see it has a metal case. You've got your antenna there and the SMA connector. If I just move me out the way slightly, there is a SD card slot, and that is, let's call that the brain of the hotspot. This one comes preloaded with everything you need, so it's literally plug and go. They've already applied a username and password, so you can connect to it and then add your own Wi-Fi details. You can add an Ethernet adapter into one of the micro USB slots on the side here. If you look there, you've got two micro USBs. So one of them can be used to add a Ethernet adapter if you want to just wire it straight to your router. Otherwise it will use Wi-Fi, and it's going to get you onto the DMR, C4FM, D-Star talk groups, depending on the radio you've got. But if you've got a DMR radio, then it's going to be DMR, unless you buy something like the OpenSpot, which can cross mode. We just scroll up, and there it is there. They don't give many actual photographs of the insides, but don't worry, I've got a photograph of the one that includes the battery module. But you can see there it's even got a HDMI output. I have to try that on mine. I'm going to have to try what it's like. I'm not sure that I remember that you can view the Pi Star system using that HDMI out. It's more the Raspberry Pi Linux system, if I'm right. So that's that one there. Let me show you the battery one, and then you'll see in more detail what the MMDVM hat looks like. So here's the battery one. Now it's the same thing. You've got the Pi Zero underneath. On top you've got the MMDVM hat with the OLED screen, the antenna, and in small writing you'll see that it says DMR there and P25 etc. You got your little LEDs that flash there. It's all assembled, but this one, it has this extra module that sits underneath with a battery. So basically once it's charged up, you're going to get a few hours, and you can put it in your pocket. So there's another option. I'll put the link in the description. Read carefully the link, because sometimes they'll sell the battery and the MMDVM hat, but they won't include the Pi Zero, and you have to buy that yourself and the SD card. Let's have a quick look at the listing. Yeah, I'm just reading it here, and that's exactly what they've done here. It's saying that you have to buy the Pi Zero. Okay, so let me just show you what a Pi Zero looks like. But if you go for the silver one, you won't have to do that. Well, back to this pic, you can see the Pi Zero here. It's underneath the hat, so it's like in the middle of the sandwich. And you've got two micro USBs here. There's your HDMI, and you know that's basically a computer with an SD card slot in the side. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let's have a quick look at this the new DM1701A. I'm a big fan of this radio, even the normal 1701 model, because it's basically a MD380, but it's like half the price. And the fact that you can load the OpenGD77 satellite software on there, satellite tracking software on there. But you will need to, if you want to do that, then there's going to be a learning curve for that, because you're playing around with firmware. But this doesn't have to be modified for the OpenGD77. So you can see that they've changed the styling from the original. They've got these squared off edges here. Now everything else looks the same. The plastic type does look a slightly different, I don't know, sheen to it. DM1701, VHF and UHF, and yes, it does work really well as an analog radio. I've heard so many people say that DMR radios don't work properly on analog. They work better, if you ask me. You can program them with the code plug and they work excellent. So, you know, you get this for about £44 delivered, and then the hotspot. Oh, Mazzy wants to walk. Scrolling up, there's the OpenGD. It says there update to OpenGD77 if you want it. Very clear in there, right up. 2200 milliamp hour battery, high power, DMR tier 1 and 2, which they nearly always are now. You can actually see them side by side. So I like it. I think it's a nicer looking style than the curvy one. It looks nicer quality. The functionality is the same. It says here the appearance of the 1701 says mainly in 5 places shown in pictures. Okay. BAOFENG imprinting is in a different position. Different content on the bottom of the display. Louder speaker. The buttons up and down arranged in a different way. Dual time slot. 2m70 sems. High power. So I don't think it holds more contacts. And that is one thing to bear in mind. The talk group contacts that it will hold. If you want it to hold the whole database of DMR, then you would really need to load the OpenGD77 firmware. So thanks for watching my channel. Bye for now. All the best. Please hit the like, subscribe to 7.3.